Down here on the Little Miami River today. Fished about a 300-400 yard stretch, I guess, of the river with a little tiny torpedo. I had a couple short strikers, so I'm going to switch over to this little jerk bait here and continue on up through here and see what I get. But at least I know they're going to bite today. It's going to be a beautiful day. It's a little chilly right now, but we're going to get back to it here. See if we can't get some smallmouth out of here today, and we'll let you know how we did. Got our first smallmouth here of the day. Switched over from the top water. I was getting some short strikes, went to a little jerk bait. Not a bad little fish to start with. So we're going to head on up the creek here, see if we can't get some more. Well, we just landed like our 5th smallmouth. It's another little one. We get a lot of those in these creeks, but they're a lot of fun to catch. I caught that one probably in less than 2 feet of water right there in this little creek. We seem to be getting them at the front of the holes and the back of the holes, so that's what we're going to concentrate on. We only got a few more holes to fish, and then we're going to head back to the house for the day. But see, there's a little ducky up there swimming. Trying to get you on him. See that? But it's just about getting outside, watching the wildlife, catching a few fish. I haven't seen another fisherman down here all day. It's real peaceful, relaxing. Using a little jerk bait. Tried to top water a little earlier, had a couple rolls on it. No takers though, so we're going to get back down through here and see if we can't catch a few more. We got some nice holes coming up, as you can see right there. And hopefully we get us a big one today. We really haven't gotten a big one. But I know there's 4 or 5 pounders in here, so we're going to keep at it, see what we can do. Well, I went down in the river this morning and caught about 6 smallmouth, but I wanted to take time to show you a little bit of this tackle that we use. You don't always catch a lot of fish, but the whole point is you don't need a big boat. You don't need to spend millions of dollars or thousands of dollars to go out and have a good time fishing. I've got a tackle box here that's got, if you look, it's got some jerk baits, some spinning jerk baits, a couple shad wraps, little zero spook, some jointed jerk bait, little crankbaits, or awesome little creek lures. Right there, there's a whole nother stack in another color. You know, just little crankbaits, some pop-bars, some rattling baits, some deep diving baits, which I hardly ever use those because most of the creeks I fish are only 6 or 7 feet deep anyway. Got these little 4-inch grubs right here. They work awesome, especially when you Texas rig them with a little hook like that, a little 1/0 or 2/0 hook. And then we get into your little jig. You can take this little jig down to Cherokee Lake in Tennessee and put a minnow on it, a live minnow. Catch all the smallmouth you want. It's amazing. We got some little Rooster Tails here. They work excellent in the creeks. Of course, I got them in different colors and sizes. Use the black for dark water, the yellow for regular water. The smallmouth like the bright colors. Got some little 4-inch ribbed worms. They work great. And a little jig. I throw a little jig a lot in the creek for some reason or another. It catches a lot of fish. Looks like a crawdad, I guess. And then this is just basically what I carry around in my backpack all the time. If I see a pond or a creek or something, I'll stop and fish it. I've got 16th ounce weights, 1/8 ounce weights, and 3/16 ounce weights. And the only reason I got the different weight sizes is for the current, really, because I get the lighter the weight that I can get away with and still fill the lure, the better off I think you are, because it gives it a slower appeal. Got a little 2/0 hook there. Got some 1/0s in here. There's little 1/0s I use a lot. Especially on your little 3-inch crawls and stuff, I'll use that 1/0. Then we go up to the 4/0, which I use a 4/0 hook on these white worms. It seems to work great, the white worm. And then another tactic that we use when the water gets really starting to get cold for winter time, I take these little Octopus circle hooks right here. They come in a 10-pack. This is like a size 8, just a little hook. And I'll go and get me some live minnows, some large bass minnows, and then I'll take them down to the creek and I'll throw them out with no weight at all into the riffles and into the deeper holes, and just let them swim around, and you catch a lot of fish like that. So that's some of the basic tackle that we use. And then for the rod and reel, you don't need an expensive rod and reel or anything to go fish these creeks. The little Zebco 33 combo works great, but I use a 6.5 foot. Anyways, I use a 6.5 foot medium light action spinning rod. This thing's rated for like, let's see what it is, 4 to 10 pound test line, 6'6", medium light. And the reason I do that is I used to fish with an ultralight all the time, but then I started breaking off these bigger fish, the 4 to 5 to 6 pound fish. So I went to a medium light, and I've landed 18 pound fish on it. But I use 6, 8 pound tests 95% of the time when I fish. It doesn't matter what I'm fishing for. There's a couple exceptions. If I go after some big blues or something, I might go to a bigger rod with maybe 14 or 17 pound test on it. But I got a little squirrel here driving me nuts. But anyways, that's basically what I use all the time. Is a little 6.5 foot rod, medium light, and then little crankbaits, jerk baits, little 8-ounce buzz baits I got in the bag there. And I carry all this in a book bag, because I hate carrying my tackle around, and I gotta lug my box, and I gotta lug this and lug that. Well, I just put it all in the bag, and when I put it all in the bag, I just put the bag on. So it takes the largest Plano bag I got, box right there. Just zip it all up, you're ready to go. Throw it on your back, saves you a lot of trouble. So it's pretty much my advice is if you go to these creeks, public ponds, creeks, rivers, streams, there's a lot of fishing opportunities right by your house that people don't even know about. So I just get out and try one. That's how you figure out which creeks are good and which ones are bad, and where the deep holes are and where the shallow holes are. But you'll learn a lot fishing the little creeks about current breaks and eddies, and because you can see it a lot easier than like on the Ohio River or the Mississippi River. But once you start learning about the current breaks and the depth changes and the little drop-offs and the rock piles and the little creeks, you can take that knowledge and apply it to the bigger rivers if you need to go to the bigger rivers, which we'll be doing some Ohio River fishing here again pretty soon. The walleye and sauger is going to start running in the rivers, so we'll be down there doing some fishing for that. But that's about it for today, and we caught about 5 or 6 little smallmouth this morning. Nothing big, but like I said, we're using light tackle. It's a lot of fun just to get out and walk the creeks and be out in nature instead of sitting on the couch or something. So I hope you go out and give it a try and have a lot of fun.